All right, everyone. Welcome to another edition of The Danny Show. I'm your host, Daniel Cody, and this is where I give commentary and reviews on all things wrestling. Before I get started, I want to say we had a very interesting Monday night, two heel turns in one night, and we have a dream match set between AJ Styles and Edge. But let's talk about Friday Night Smackdown, which opened up with Ronda Rousey, Sonya Deville, Paul Heyman, the Usos, the Viking Raiders, Sami Zayn, and Ricochet opened up the show in a little small video package to start. We saw Sami Zayn versus Ricochet for the Intercontinental Championship, and that was a heck of a start. We saw a near fall at the beginning of the match. That was a close call that made everyone's heart stop. We saw another near fall later, a third near fall, which was done because of a hurricanrana. And then we saw something very amazing with Ricochet doing a cartwheel and a moonsault over the top rope without touching the ropes at all. That was amazing. Another near fall from Ricochet in the match, but what really put the nail in the coffin was when Johnny Knoxville from Donkey Forever came out to distract Sami Zayn as Ricochet would go for the roll up. 1, 2, 3. Ricochet is the new Intercontinental Champion, which means that Sami Zayn is no longer the Intercontinental Chump. However, Sami Zayn wasn't done as he knocked over tables and threw stuff. And he tilted tables and knocked over things as Jesus did in the temple in the Bible days and demanded a match with Johnny Knoxville, in which Johnny accepted, calling for a chant, Sammy sucks. I feel so bad for Johnny Knoxville, though, when he said he hurt his body parts doing stunts. Also, we found out two things. Number one, as we saw Pat McAfee interview Vince McMahon, we learned that Mr. McMahon would induct The Undertaker into the WWE Hall of Fame, which I thought Kane was going to do, honestly. But I guess a lot of people are mad about some of the political leftists or anti leftist jokes. Not jokes, but things that Kane, who is the mayor of Tennessee, said. And so apparently they want Mr. McMahon to do it. Maybe they're mad at Kane. I don't know. But speaking of Kane, I want to ask you guys something. Adam Page versus Kane, because Adam Page made fun of Kane on social media for apparently not being very smart or wise. This is his stuff, not mine, because I don't talk politics on this channel, which is a rule that I believe could keep a lot of us out of trouble. One thing The Undertaker once said, I don't make my political opinions public. That is inspiration to me. But either way, Kane got made fun of by Adam Page with tweets of Kane taking headshots and saying that it killed his brain cells, obviously. That's what we alluded to. But either way, Adam Page versus Kane. Let's do a little fantasy warfare. Adam Page versus Kane. Who do you think would win that match? Let me know. But moving forward, Pat McAfee also learned that he will be fighting Austin Theory, who punked out Pat McAfee and pissed him off. And Pat cussed him out like, who are you? I mean, for real though, who is Austin Theory? Ouch. Even when he's pissed off, Pat can be a savage. And Pat is going to win. Pat is going to beat Austin Theory at WrestleMania. Pat needs to win. He is 0-2, with all due respect. Losing a great match at NXT with Adam Cole and NXT TakeOver War Games in 2020. So Pat needs to win. And I'm rooting for Pat to win. Let's talk about some SmackDown shorts, shall we? One of the SmackDown shorts that took place tonight was Naomi versus Carmela, the self-professed most beautiful woman in WWE, who has a pretty mankind mask, a beautiful mankind mask, to protect her face. And it didn't protect her face well because Naomi, psych, instead of punching Carmella, she kicked Carmella in the face as Sasha Banks took out Queen Zelina with the Meteor outside. But in a SmackDown short, Naomi went for a split-legged moonsault from the top rope, defeating Carmella. And let me tell you this, my pick for WrestleMania is Naomi and Sasha Banks Unity. I said I wasn't going to do that no more. 2/3 of Team Bad to defeat Carmela and Queen Vega for the SmackDown women for the WWE Tag Team Women's Championships. I'm gonna say something because I heard what Carmella said on Raw, what they were gonna do should they win the match, and even Vega was uncomfortable with it a little bit. I'm gonna say something. This is gonna break your guys' hearts. You guys watching, your hearts are gonna be broken. But I'm gonna say it anyway because it is legal for me to say this, and I won't get in trouble for saying this. This is acceptable. There's not gonna be a live sex show. Get it out of your heads right now. There is not going to be a live sex show. Let me say it in slow motion. There is not going to be a live sex show. Get it through your heads. Okay, I was just playing with y'all. I'm not insulting y'all. I'm just joking with you guys because I like to have a little fun. But there's not going to be a live fornication show. Forget that. And let's be honest, I don't care about that. Some of y'all might. I don't really care about it. That's not what I came to see. I came to see what the second W was for, and that is wrestling. If I want to see people fornicate and do all that nasty mint, I'm going to go watch Subway sandwiches where you don't eat fresh. But until then, just wrestle. Make jokes, entertain us, but mostly wrestle. We don't want to see you act cute. At least I don't. Some of y'all might, but I don't. I just want to see y'all fight. I just want to see people get choke slammed and stuff. I want to see folks get choke slammed through tables and stuff. I mean, there are certain elements of the Attitude Era and Ruthless Aggression Era that I really appreciated, but I'm not a provocative fan because I try to be a righteous guy. But still, wrestle, choke slam people. Bring back the uncensored chair shots to the head. I would rather watch chair shots to the head than watch a live fornication show. Honestly. You ain't gotta like it, but I said it. So, now that we have established that that is not going to happen, sorry to break your hearts, but that's the internet's out there and dating is out there. So, if you care about all of that stuff, to each is his own. To each is his own. I'm not trying to condemn nobody. To each is his own. I'm just having a little fun here. But let's move on from all that talk. Now that I done made a couple of people mad, I hope I didn't lose any subscribers. I'm almost at 100, so I ain't trying to lose subscribers. But coming up the way I did morally, I might have made some people mad by saying that. Either way, let's get on before I lose some subscribers. I'm not trying to do that. Another SmackDown short, 2/3 of 3MB, Jinder Mahal and Drew McIntyre go at it, with Drew McIntyre picking up another SmackDown short victory over Jinder. And one of the funniest segments happened backstage as Happy Corbin and Magic Mike Moss were gambling in backstage and throwing darts at a bowl. And I don't know about you guys, but when Drew McIntyre pierced the sword, took a sword at the barrel wall, I screamed like Jerry the King Lawler when he got started. And honestly, I hope that Drew beats Baron Corbin at WrestleMania, and I hope he becomes the first to kick out of End of Days. That's just me. But moving on, there might be a couple of people here who are actually Baron Corbin fans. God bless you. I'm not. Most people are not. Either way, let's get on. Pat McAfee was supposed to get cheered up as Rick Boogs, Freddie Mercury muscular lookalike, and Shinsuke Nakamura came to the ring, only to get ambushed by the Usos. Pat McAfee was really getting cheered up after getting pissed off by Austin Theory. But he understands why, because the Tribal Chief came out, and he was lit. He told the world, he called his shot. First off, Miami loves Roman Reigns. I guess it's because Florida likes Roman. I mean, he's from Pensacola, but that's way up north. And, of course, Roman's cousin, The Rock, is from Miami. I don't know. But they liked Roman. Roman was lit, and he called his shot saying at WrestleMania, Brock Lesnar is going to hand the title over to me, and he's going to acknowledge me. Me. He's going to acknowledge me. 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 With Roman Reigns being hyped up, that energy rubbed off on the Usos as they faced the Viking Raiders, and just like the beginning of the match, we had a near fall in the beginning as Ivar splashed Jimmy Uso. So we saw some interesting moves. We saw Ivar bulldozing, cannonballing the Usos. We saw Jimmy Uso try to splash Eric, and Eric countered it. We saw a lot of near fall roll ups, but it ended with the Usos paying tribute to the Dudley Boys with the 1D. And speaking of Bubba Ray Dudley, or as I like to call him, Bubba Raona Dudley, is set to go on Stone Cold's podcast for an interview. And when I call him that for humor, I am not endorsing that. If anything, I'm saying it's sick. So the Usos are still one of the longest reigning SmackDown champions, as Roman, their cousin, is also the longest Universal Champion, 551 days and counting. But tonight we also saw a very match that didn't even happen. We had Big E was supposed to take on Sheamus, but because of what happened later on, things went somewhere else. By the way, speaking of Big E, I did a review on my favorite 5 matches from Big E and Booker T because they both shared the same birthday on March the 1st. If you haven't checked that out, be sure to do that. I think you'll like it. But moving forward, Big E was set to take on Sheamus, but Kofi was twerking on top of Big E's birthday present of an ATV before being attacked with a steel chair by Ridge Holland as Sheamus ambushed Big E. They took the ATV backstage and totally destroyed it and wrecked it. That should be what's that charge? I don't know. But either way, damage of another person's property. But New Day and Ridge Holland and Sheamus will fight next week on Friday Night SmackDown. We'll see what happens from there. You destroyed the ATV. Darn you both. Let's get on to tonight's main event, shall we? We have 2 MMA talents, Sonya Deville, who looks like a nun, or should I say a Matrix nun. We have Sonya Deville Nunn, Sonya Nunn, that's what we're going to call her, Sonya Nunn versus Ronda Rousey, who made her SmackDown in-ring debut tonight. And of course, Charlotte Flair came out, and due to the distraction of Charlotte Flair, Sonya Nunn attacked, because Sonya looks like a provocative nun. Sonya Nunn attacked Ronda, went for the legs, took control for a little bit, and long story short, Ronda Rousey fought back, went for a firewoman's carry before giving the fans a souvenir, which is something she offers before making people tap out to her armbar. After the submission victory, Charlotte Flair got in the ring and got caught in an ankle lock. And this is the same Charlotte that called Ronda a one-trick pony. But obviously, Ronda has another move up her sleeve. So, this is what I propose. Charlotte Flair versus Ronda Rousey at WrestleMania Saturday in a submission match. I think that would be great to see. Who would your pick be in that match? Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. So, before I go, a couple of questions. How do you feel about tonight's SmackDown? What do you think about this review? And a couple of fantasy warfare ideas for you. Adam Page versus Kane, because of what he said on social media and all of that stuff. I don't talk politics, but Kane versus Adam Page. Let me know what's your fantasy pick on that. And also, what's your fantasy pick? Well, not fantasy because it's going to happen. But who do you pick if they were to have a submission match? Rousey or Charlotte Flair? Charlotte tapped out tonight. What do you think would happen at WrestleMania Saturday? Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. I'm your host, Dan Cody. That's all the time I have for you today. But I will see you, if not Sunday night, Monday morning for a review on AEW Revolution. See you soon.